All right, y'all, we are live on this Thursday afternoon. I pray everybody is blessed in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. As usual, guys, if we can get 1,000 likes on the stream, we will be giving away 500 USDT. Make sure to share the stream. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to call up your mom. Tell her, hey ma, come like the stream. We're going to be going over Bitcoin. We're going to be going over some altcoins today, guys. It's going to be a good stream. We're going to be talking about, are we going to see more pain ahead? Or are we going to get some relief? We'll be live soon, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, here we are live on this beautiful Thursday, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to AZTV, who says whales distributing at 16.8K. Interesting stuff. Shout out to 6Man, who says it's sad to see that Bitcoin can't even break out of 17K. Yeah, interesting times, guys. This is definitely some very, very interesting times with Bitcoin and crypto in general, given everything that's gone on with FTX. It's a very, very interesting time, an exciting time. Crypto R says relief bounce to 30K. That would be very interesting. Mad Hawa Saranga says, let's go, 19K. Yeah, let's see if we can do it. Shout out to Robert Williamton, who says FOMO into the like button. Yeah, guys, if we can FOMO into the like button, we will absolutely be giving away 500 USDT if we can get up to 1,000 likes. So let's see if we can do that here. Let me adjust this view quick. You know, I'm a noob when it comes to this tech stuff, guys. I'm not good at this tech stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Andy Trades, who says dump it now. Mark says to the bottom, LOL. Cool. Well, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. It has been... Wait, okay. Dave Digital says, question, have you ever seen Frankie Candle's calves in real life? If so, you will describe them in detail. If no, you will describe what you have dreamed they look like in great detail. I've never seen Frankie Candle's calves in person, but, you know, just by knowing Frankie, I think he has massive, massive tree trunk calves. Extremely massive, like trunks of trees, and he probably doesn't skip leg day, unlike Jason Casper, right? Chest and arms only over here. So, y'all, okay, the price action, okay, let's get into this price action. It has been an absolutely wild ride for Bitcoin. I have not done a live stream since last Tuesday, and pretty much last Tuesday was... I don't even know how to describe what happened, but last week there was so much volatility. If only Bitcoin could be like this every single week. So it really begins at this key level that we had on the chart around like 19.2, basically. You know, we had been looking for a long trade. If we go to a higher term time frame, and we look at this massive range that we were trading since June, I was actually maintaining a bullish sentiment so long as we were not going to lose this high volume node right here at around 19,136. You can see that we lost that and we had a massive breakdown, which is pretty much what we were looking for. So I was looking for a long trade from that very key support at around 19,250. You can see right here, this is the trade setup that we gave last Tuesday morning in the VIP Discord. Gave the long setup from 19,250, expecting, honestly, that this could be a significant move to the upside. And of course, we came right down to the level of 19,250 for our bounce. Took the long trade. Very, very juicy, right? And then we also did give on Tuesday the short setup from a very important area of resistance. There were two potential areas that we were looking for a rejection, okay? And we did come up to that area right here, the naked point of control, the golden pocket, that $20,583 to $20,700 area. Basically, this second trade right here, we came right up to that Fibonacci golden pocket retracement at around 20,500, and we got rejected. We got rejected hard, like the time when I myself was in high school and I tried to ask out the girl of my dreams. Her name was Six Juanita. It's no coincidence, guys. It is no coincidence that the 618 Fibonacci level always rejects the Bitcoin price. When my girl in high school, Six Juanita, would always reject me, right? I thought that we were going to have a romantic relationship together because she would laugh at my jokes often. And she would walk with me to the lunchroom, and I thought, hey, we have this thing going on here. When I asked her out, turns out, guys, I was in the friend zone, all right? There's no way she was going to date a nerd like Jason Casper. She gave me that face with the eyes, with the teeth, with the lips, with the hair follicles popping out, with the hand, and I was just left there cold and alone. And from that time, when she rejected us, Bitcoin got a massive dump. Whoops, this is actually my ByBit trades, but Bitcoin got a massive dump from the time that she rejected us right here, this wick, right? It was actually a crazy thing when we think about it because we had the courage to ask her out on a date. You can see in this chunk of price action, we really had to gather up our courage to go and ask her out on a date. And what happened? Well, this is exactly what happened. We came up to the 6 Juanita Fibonacci golden pocket. Let's turn her on right here, 618. Boom, boom. Right into that 6 Juanita. Hard rejection. And from that time, guys, we have been short. Okay, we've been in the short. I'm actually still in the short. But these levels have been very well respected because when we came down to bottom out right here at $15,450, you can put a line at $15,450. We had been looking at this exact level earlier in the VIP live stream, that $15,450 level, the naked daily point of control, naked monthly point of control, daily level. And so we were able to snipe a long from that bounce. And then the levels have just been super respected, guys. Pretty much all the levels, and it's not because I'm just saying, like, in general, Bitcoin has been very, very technical, which is good news for us as traders, right? Because if we're going to take advantage of the volatility, if we're going to get another massive move down, if we're going to get some relief here, it does not matter because there's opportunity for us to get extract money from these markets regardless of what's happening. That is what I love about being a trader. People got wrecked during the whole FTX dump. I made more money during that dump trading than I have made. I made more money last week trading than I made since May. Since May. It was a good week. A good dump. Right? I love taking a good dump. You guys like taking a good dump? Let me know. Like the video. Like the stream, guys, if you love taking a good dump. Okay, so ever since we had all this volatility, and by the way, if you want to join the community where we post the setups in advance, where we post the levels every day, we do multiple live streams a week, at least 4 live streams a week, sometimes more. A lot of great resources in here. You can become a VIP Casper crew member at patreon.com/BTC Jason Casper. Also, if you want to learn how to trade this way, you could check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. Whoops. I don't want to log in. I just want to show the website, jasoncaspertrading.com. Check it out, guys. This will give you the blueprint so that you can always have a plan in advance to know where you're looking for the levels before price gets to the level, and you can know what you are looking for on good old market Cipher B, right? If we're looking for a long trade, what we want to see is we want to see the momentum waves getting higher as the price is getting lower, and we want to see that money flow coming up, kind of like this, okay? We can see here on Sam Bankman-Fried's man boobs, the left boob is very low and saggy, okay? We can see market Cipher B right here giving us this nice blue momentum wave with the green dot, okay? And we can see the purple money flow is getting higher up into his right man boob, which has slightly less gynecomastia than the left, okay? So the momentum waves are getting higher, the money flow is getting higher, and we can see even when we come down here, right? Let's take a look at this last bottom that we put in. This is the 1 hour time frame. We can come down to the 12-minute time frame, and we can clearly see SBF, the SBF long signal over here. Okay, let's check it out. We came down to a key level of support. Let's see, where are we? We got to go back in time a little bit. Got to go back in time. Aha, right? Got to go back in time. And what do we see? We see exactly just that. We see the left man boob right here, the right man boob getting a little bit higher, and the money flow is getting higher. That is a good confirmation if we are looking for a trade. All right, and the opposite is true if we're looking for a short. Right? If we're looking for a short, we want to see that left man boob upside down, the right man boob upside down, the red dots on market Cipher B, momentum waves getting a little bit lower as the price is getting higher, right? And think about it. Can this man absolutely hold himself up by his legs upside down? No, there's going to be a huge drop. He's going to drop, right? He's going to drop. So that's what we're looking for, guys. You can check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. Check out the community at patreon.com/JasonCasper. Now, what is going to happen with the future now of Bitcoin, right? Because ever since we came down from this big drop, 618 ETH rejected us. Our heart got broken. We came down. We saw SBF's man boobs, and that gave us a little bit of a bounce, okay? The man boobs will give you a bit of a bounce, some bouncy boob. And what is happening right now? Okay, well, if we're just going to analyze this range right here, there are two key areas, two very key areas that we have to keep our eyes on as far as what is going to happen next with Bitcoin. There's key areas, and then there's intermediate areas as well. The first major zone that right now is very important if we are going to see some kind of relief rally is this. Now, we are currently trading within this range right here. In fact, I will go to a lower time frame, and I actually define the range right now, the high and the low of the range, as this right here. We put in this first high at around 18.6, right? And then we put in that low around 15,400, give or take. This is our range. If we are not scalpers and day traders like myself, and we're just looking for those major key levels to enter those juicy trades, right? You know, we're not talking about 50-cent moves here, right? We're talking about some nice, juicy kinds of trades, okay? Then the major level that I am currently looking at is going to be this, the Fibonacci Golden Pocket retracement from the high that we put in, the last high that we put in the old range before we broke down, that was coming in at about 21,400 to the low at about 15,400. And this Fibonacci Golden Pocket right here, $19,100-ish is very, very important. If Bitcoin price can manage to come above this level and hold as support, then in my opinion, this is opening up the doorway for us to look for a more upside, okay? This is opening up the doorway for us to look for more upside. Why is that? Why is this such a key level? Here's why. Because when we are looking at the price action, we should be identifying areas of sideways market, all right? We can clearly see right here that the sideways market from June until last week existed between the price of around 18K and 24K. If we are going to get a move to the upside, the first sign of strength has to be to come above this Fibonacci golden pocket, because this will not only bring us back into the old range, but it will also bring us above the highest volume node that was traded for months. Okay, we can see right here, this 19,150 area was a very, very high volume node. That means that more Bitcoin exchanged hands at 19,100-ish throughout the entire time from June until last week than any other time. Than any other price, I mean. More Bitcoin was traded back and forth at that 19,100-ish level than any other time. It's a very, very key level. There's also other important confluences here that I am just not going to go through because it doesn't even matter. But this golden pocket is very important. We're taking it from the last high that we put in at 21.4 to the low that we put in down here at 15,443. Now, if we cannot reclaim this key level, this is going to be shocking, okay? This is going to be shocking for a lot of people, and I understand why it would be shocking, because I've been unabashedly bullish on this channel for a long time, and the reason that I've been so bullish is because of the fact that as long as we were trading within that range, then I was saying to myself, you know, there's no reason to get bearish until we lose support, right? We've officially lost support, okay? I know it's shocking, but I will get bearish if we cannot reclaim this level. And here's why. The fact that we have broken down now from this range here opens up the possibility for much, much, much lower Bitcoin prices, okay? So if you're the type of trader that just likes to sit and wait for those super juicy levels, you know, then that is definitely a key level to kind of wait for, right? 19,100. And when we get there, maybe we can look for a potential short signal, right? Where we see SBF upside down man boobs with the red dots and everything. But if we cannot come above that level, then one thing that we have to keep in the back of our minds is, since last year, November 11th, we have been in a very strong downtrend, right? I'm going to go to the daily time frame. We're going to go back a whole year. And pretty much we can look back and see that we put in a range and drop, right? Put in a range and drop. And then we put in another range and then drop. And then we put in another range and then drop. And now we have most recently just put in another range, and now we start to drop. Now, the difference about this range here is that previous ranges, we can see we've had a very big drop without any kind of relief, without any kind of retest. There was no chance to get back in a short on a retest, right? We kind of had to enter in on a much lower time frame if we wanted to short after the breakdown. At least on the daily chart, every time we've had one of these big breakdowns, it just happens, right? It just happens. This time, we've had a breakdown, but now we're consolidating underneath here. And if we get more follow-through, if we can't reclaim that very key golden pocket, then we can expect more downside. And every time we have these drops, we're talking, you know, anywhere between 30, 25 to 35, even 40% drops, right? We've seen massive drops. The loss of these ranges, we had a 33% drop back in May. We had a 43% drop back in June. And now that we've lost this range, we've come down only about 25%, and we haven't even really, we haven't had much follow through. Let's put it that way. So there is still the chance that we could reclaim, come back into this old range, and this was a fake out to the downside. That is a possibility. Is it the highest probability? No, it's definitely not the highest probability, right? But it's still possible, right? And the reason why we're finding support here, if we go to a higher time frame, like let's say the weekly, the reason why we're finding support here is because we can see that on the weekly candles, this little zone is like the last place where we had any kind of support, any kind of consolidation before the breakout of 20K, right? That breakout of 20K. Do you guys remember when we broke out of 20K? It was like we were consolidating there forever. We were so close for weeks. I remember we came up so close to 20K. Just kidding. We came up again. Nope, just joking. Came up again. Nope, just kidding. Came up again. Finally, we broke out. It's almost as if now the reverse is happening here. And so if we're unable to reclaim that 19.1 area, we don't have any much more support until we come down to the 13s. All right, the first area of support that we have is the retest of the 2019 high, coming in right here at about 13,900. And actually, I'm going to go to a different chart here. I am going to go to the let me delete this here. This was for the thumbnail, guys. You know, shout out to thumbnail charts, and shout out to everyone in the chat, by the way, guys. Make sure to like the stream. But now we're coming back into old times, right? Old Bitcoin times here. If we lose the level that we're at right now, and here are the three main areas that I am looking at. Okay, first of all, if we are going to come lower than the 2019 high, the first area is around that 13.9 level. Okay, this would be support number one. And really what we need to look at is we need to look at the old range that we were trading in, basically in 2019, right? This old range right here. Let's take a look at the volume. And we can see that pretty much, depending on how we look at this, if we take it from the 2020 bull market all-time high to basically the breakout of 20K, I would say that the major areas of support are going to be around 12K. If we lose that, then around 9K, that high volume node. And then if we lose that, guys, I'm honestly looking down to around the $3,000 level for a potential support. Now, I know this is very bearish, but the reason why I'm looking at $3,000 as a potential area of support for Bitcoin is if we go onto log mode here and we zoom out, and again, guys, remember, we're traders, right? We're taking advantage of the volatility, right? We don't care if the price goes up. We don't care if the price goes down, because we can take advantage, long or short, make money. However we want to trade this, we can make money, right? We want a long, we want a short, doesn't matter. We want to stack Bitcoin, we want to stack Tether, doesn't matter. We can do that in these conditions, and so we have to be prepared for upside and downside. When we look at the $3,000 level, and I'm looking at more as a zone, not necessarily an exact price, but 3K was a zone where Bitcoin is the only price in history throughout multiple cycles that we've seen the level tested multiple times, right? Multiple times. It was resistance once and then support 2 more times. We've actually never really seen that happen. We kind of saw that happen back here in 2015, but not quite the same way like it happened here, where we had a very fast resistance, immediately then flipped into support, retest as support again. And it's a very strong level. We don't have anything like that until 3K. We don't have any level that has 4 touches like this. We definitely don't have that at 12K. We don't have that at 9K. We don't have that at 6K. We definitely have that at 3K. And so at 3K, that is a very strong level in my mind. And so these are areas where, for me, as a Bitcoin hodler, not as a Bitcoin trader, but as a Bitcoin hodler, now I have been buying Bitcoin. I've been accumulating Bitcoin pretty aggressively under $20,000. In fact, more than half of the Bitcoin that I sold during the bull market, I put back into Bitcoin at this point. More than half. Like, you know, I was selling all this way up. I sold at 30K. I sold at 40K. I sold at 50K. I don't know if I sold at 60K, but I sold in the high 50s. And now I've been buying back in as we come down, but now really big time, under 20K, I'm buying a lot here. This is big time for me. And if we come lower, this is a zone. It's a pretty big zone. We're talking another 75% where I will look to accumulate more Bitcoin. And the reason is because this is, for me, I'm in this for the long term. And I obviously, when we're talking about spot and we're talking about building a position and accumulating in our portfolio, we are in this for the long term. And even if, let's say, I put all my capital into Bitcoin right here, and we come down to 3K, and I'm holding in the negative, let's say. I'm not doing this, but if I was, right, then if we come up to a $100,000 Bitcoin, then that's still a pretty good, check it out, that's actually still a pretty good risk to reward setup right here, right? Come up to a $100,000 Bitcoin, that's still 6 times more reward than risk. And if even if we're holding in drawdown, I personally believe that we will eventually see a $100,000 Bitcoin. So this is just kind of like my plan right here, what I'm looking to do as far as accumulating Bitcoin at these low prices. Because, you know, during these times, this is where we build up our bags, right? Once the bull market happens, yeah, we can buy the dip, but we never know when that dip is going to be the last dip. But right now, we know we're not buying the top. And so if we're accumulating here, of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just the guy on the internet who shows you pictures of SBF's man boobs and pictures of his girlfriend, you know. But that's just kind of like how I'm looking at this, guys. For the next bull run, I want to have my bags loaded up. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. So if we're not going to hold, if we're not going to reclaim, long story short, if we can't reclaim 19.1, then I'm going to be looking down toward that 11 to 13K area. And then I'll be looking down toward the 9K area, and then the 6K area, and then the 3K area. It will be a smooth move down if we cannot hold this, because smooth move up equals smooth move down. Smooth, right? Remember we were talking about how much you like a good dump? Well, it could be a real smooth dump, guys, because there's nothing here. We came up real quick. After we put in the Roni dump bottom, we just shot up really quick, right? So it could be a very, very smooth move down. Look at how fast we filled this smooth move area. We pretty much filled it down just as quick as we went up. Now we have another smooth move area right down here. We could fill that just as quick. So it's something that we need to be prepared for. And if you're in the VIP Discord, you know exactly the levels that I am looking at to get in some juicy sniper entries. Some juicy sniper entries, right? Like the juicy sniper entry that we got longing the bounce from 15,450. Well, I was a little late. 15,550 is when I got it. But because it happened quick. That was a quick bounce. But yeah, you guys know the levels I'm looking at if you're in the VIP Discord. So that's pretty much my outlook on Bitcoin. I'm going to pop into the chat, see if there's any questions here. And if there are, then I can answer them. If there's not, then we can move on to some other coins here. So, okay, people want to take a look at XRP. I could absolutely take a look at XRP. Yeah, that's actually one of the coins that I'm interested in. Dwayne says we're going below 10K. We're looking for 8 to 10K. Yeah, I mean, that's very possible right now. Shout out to Fib Daddy Kane. Shout out to Web3 Arena NFTs Crypto. He says, final leg going long at December 15th. Okay, cool, man. That would be interesting. The Crypto Killers, can I take a look at Exocharts? We could take a look at Exocharts real quick. Let's just kind of see what is happening with Orderflow right here. This is the 15-minute chart. I mean, we've seen open interest increase pretty much throughout this entire chunk here. We saw some pretty bullish CVD divergences leading up into this morning when we got this bounce from 16,380. We saw an increase of shorts. We saw the shorts getting absorbed, and then we've gotten a move up from there, but the move up has not had much follow through as of late. We don't really see any bearish divergences here. We do see shorts coming in. We see more shorts coming in than longs at this high here at around 16,700. But I don't really see any divergences, at least not on a 15-minute chart here. Yeah, so, you know, I personally haven't taken a trade on Bitcoin since Monday. I have not taken a trade on Bitcoin since Monday, where I took a long from the retest of that first bottom that we put in. So we have apparently an FOMC meeting on December 13th or 15th. That will be interesting. There's an unrecovered wick at 3.6K, and wicks get recovered. That would be very interesting. I'm ready to go. I've got dry powder ready to go if we drop down there. Shout out to Crypto Incognito. What is going on, brother? Shout out to Crypto Carnage. Shout out to Crypto Chad. You know, we usually do get Thanksgiving dinner dumps, y'all. We usually do get Thanksgiving dinner dumps. So let's see if we can get another one this year. I remember the trade I took last Thanksgiving. It was a short trade, and it was juicy. Shout out to Daniel, who says, greatest YouTuber ever. Cheers to you, bro. Cheers to you, bro. What about the monthly on Bitcoin? We could take a look at the monthly. So Akeem says, Jason, I missed the short. Actually, I had a very tight stop loss. Should we expect another go at the 16,750? Okay, so let's quickly talk. Let's quickly discuss some local levels here for Bitcoin. So personally, for me, I am not looking to short unless we take out this high at 17,250. You can see that we have a pretty nice local range going on right here. So, you know, 19,150 is an important level, but for me right now, if we take a look, these highs right here, I don't want to take another short trade unless I see confirmations above 17K, because this high actually had no, it's a poor high. There was no selling tail here, and we do have some pretty interesting confluences up here, including the local Fibonacci golden pocket just above the high that we put in here. So for me, I'm not really looking to take a short unless we take out those highs at 17K. I don't know if we'll get another shot at the 16,750 area. It's honestly not something I'm looking to short because I'm already short. I'm pretty dang short. I'm in a short already, and I want higher, right? I want higher. So yeah, for me, but I don't know. We might get another shot up there. This is clearly our intraday range. I'd be a little bit careful taking a trade, a short trade up here after New York closes in about 20 minutes because typically when there's less volume in the markets, especially, honestly, sometimes we tend to rally after New York closes. So that's just me. Shout out to Radar Apologetics. Brachot. Blessings to you, bro. In Yeshua's name. Mashlom Chachi. Ani mekaveh hakol beseder etcha. Is TA saying that we're going up from here? All right, so that's a good question. Is TA saying that we're going up from here? So I would say that I am expecting a move up more so than a move down right now. And the reason for that is because I feel that this range is the range that we are trading right now, and we have come to the bottom of the range. We have gotten a retest of the bottom, and I think there's more probability that we come higher first to basically but take the liquidity that's here, people who got into shorts late before coming down lower. I think right now there's a higher chance that we come up higher before we come lower. If we turn on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour, we can see the 4-hour looks good. Money flow is coming up. We have momentum waves getting higher. I think there's a good chance that we do have a move up before we get the move down. And, you know, the juiciest level that I personally am looking for is going to be that $19,100 level. There's a few intermediate levels before there. But I think upside first, in my opinion, before downside. That's what I think. When we look at the 8-hour time frame, we see green dot on Market Cipher B. When we look at the 12-hour time frame, green dot on Market Cipher B. Money flow is still coming down, so this makes me think we get the move to the top of the range and then come down either to lose this local range here, or we get a chickens drinking water type thing, or a bounce from one of the low supports in the range and continue on in the range, okay? This has been a very boring week for me so far. I was expecting a move to the top of the range on Monday or Tuesday. It didn't happen. It didn't happen on Wednesday. It didn't happen on Thursday. But things to me are looking like more upside is possible locally, right? I'm talking at the very least either a retest of the lows here or a little bit higher, just to come back up, just so that we can form some kind of range to either lose it to the downside or just continue on ranging for a while before some kind of breakout or breakdown happens. Okay, so we can take a look at XRP. I want to take a look at XRP. What do I think about the 2-week BLX chart? Let's check out the BLX chart. BLX. Yeah, I mean, it does look like we're going to get another move down here. And, you know, I was on Crypto Face's channel the other night, and Flopping Groper basically said that if the monthly money flow crosses to the red, it could be as if the bear market is just beginning here. And the 2-week, honestly, is looking pretty dang bearish. Like, we could get a lot more downside. But, you know, if we do get a lot more downside here, I do have to say that $3,000-ish level is looking pretty dang juicy. Looking pretty dang juicy for a bottom, right? So, all right, let's take a look at Ripple here. I know a lot of people are stoked on Ripple. I'm stoked on Ripple because I do believe that Ripple has a big part to play in the here, let me remove this TA that I have on here. I think Ripple has a big part to play in the new financial system. It's already being integrated with banks and stuff like that. And yeah, I think Ripple does have a lot of potential. If we just look at Ripple right now, this is the 2-week time frame, right? Undeniably, we are down at support, all right? When we're looking at an asset, and I'm talking like an asset for long-term gains here, right? We want to buy low and sell high. It's the most basic information that you could possibly imagine when it comes to investing. Everybody will tell you, oh, you know, when you know, your grandfather told you when you first got into trading, what did he say, right? He was a little bit concerned because, you know, you were 29 years old, you still lived in the family basement, and you didn't have a job. And let me adjust this a little bit here. Yeah, let's adjust this. You didn't have a job, and I don't know why this keeps moving here. But, you know, he told you, son, let me tell you a thing or two about investing. Investing's easy. All you got to do is buy low, and when he did that, he put his hand in his crotch holding all his $100 bills. All you got to do, son, is you got to buy low, and you got to sell high. It's that simple. And your grandma's in the background going, oh, yes, it is. Oh, yep, you tell him, Pappy, you tell him. Right? She's crotched in a quilt for you or something like that. And, you know, just objectively speaking, right, Ripple is at a low. We are finding support on this support that is not only a support, but a very, very important support resistance flip that has been so since 2018, right? And when we look at the upside potential for Ripple from our current place to the all-time high, we are looking at potential 400% gain here. And if we look at the last major low, if we were just throw our money into Ripple right now, which I would never suggest doing because the purpose of life is to avoid all risk at all costs, which is why I don't actually trade with real money. I just trade with fake money only, and I recommend everybody only trade with fake money. Please avoid all risks at all costs. If you're going to leave your house, first of all, don't do it. Stay home. Stay safe. If you have to leave your house, make sure to cover your face and every other orifice to your body because you don't want anything to come in. If you got to take a dump, make sure to wear 3 or 4 anal masks because, you know, you don't want to catch anything, and most importantly, you don't want to kill your grandma. But if we were going to be using real money here, which we're not, you know, this is a potential 67, let's say 70% drawdown we could have for potential 400% gain, which if we're going to use a long tool here, we can see that this is going to give us, if we're going to hit new all-time highs, a very juicy 8-to-1 risk reward. Okay, this is a good time to be accumulating XRP in my opinion. And in addition to that, we could even say, all right, one could make the case, I'm not saying this is the case, but one could make the case that we have been forming this falling wedge on Ripple since the all-time high, which objectively speaking is a bullish pattern that tends to break out more times than not. So right now, the things that are in our favor for Ripple are we're forming a bullish pattern, which doesn't give you an entry for a trade, not a leveraged margin trade at least, right? But it could kind of tell you what is getting prepared to happen, what is more probable. And something else, we're coming down to key support that has been support for multiple years. An important support resistance flip. And so if we want to accumulate paper currency on here, this might be a good time to start doing so, right? Now, XRP on more of a intermediate time frame, let's go to the daily time frame, we can actually see something quite interesting here, which is the fact that we are actually holding. Actually, let's go back to the weekly here. If we draw a massive channel from the low of the Roni dump to this low down here, and we and we connect it to the high up here. Let's actually adjust this. This is very interesting. We have this parallel channel. The bottom trend line has been respected once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. We're getting a pretty significant bounce on that 5th time. This is the weekly market cipher B. Looks like momentum and money flow is coming up. In general, I am very bullish on XRP for the long term. And again, I am accumulating XRP at these prices because I think that it is. I think it's an asset that has the potential to make me, on paper, to make my paper account grow. Right? Because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some idiot in the basement, doesn't know a thing about anything in life. Okay, I don't know anything about anything in life, and that's an absolute fact. That's the only fact I'll actually ever say on this channel, right? So this is the context in which we're coming to the market. Now, the major area that we need to be aware of to the upside is going to be this right here. This is the area that we were actually looking to short Ripple. If you're in the VIP Discord, we shorted Ripple from here. And the reason why is because it was this key area of support once, twice, 3, 4 times. And now, when you have support 4 times and then you come back up to that level, what used to be support will then become resistance, right? It's like a house. You've got floors of a house. You've got this floor of the house. And then you have the basement floor of the house down here, right? Typically, what used to be the floor, if you go down into the basement, that becomes the ceiling. If you used your super moon boots spring-loaded and you jump up, guess what's going to happen? You'll hit your head on the ceiling, poof, come back down, right? You have to take the stairs, and then what used to be the ceiling will now be the floor, right? So right now, key resistance for Ripple is going to be this key area that comes in between 53 cents and I would say 58 cents. This is key resistance right now. Very, very key resistance. And what we may see happen is we may actually see us start to form some kind of consolidation in here before a break to the outside. Or we might, and we'll zoom in more to see what is possible to the downside here. Okay, but right now, this is key resistance. If Ripple can come above the price of, I would say, 60 cents and reclaim as support, this actually could offer a really nice opportunity to get into potentially a long trade on Ripple, longing the retest, something like this. All right, because this would be our first sign of real strength here, and depending on how you like to trade or whatever, right, your leverage and everything, there's so many different ways we could approach this. If you're a ninja using high leverage, or you're more of a low leveraged swing trader, coming above 60 cents would give us confirmation that we have indeed formed a sign of strength, reclaiming multiple year support resistance flip, right? This level here is insanely important. Multiple year going all the way back to 2018. This 60-cent level has been resistance, 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 support, 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 resistance. If we come up and we retest, and let's say we get a massive breakout here, and you're looking for a cautious long position, what we would want to do, wait for a breakout, especially if we put in a higher high, wait for a breakout, and then what we do is we look for a retest, right? We look for a retest of that Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. If we see that we break out of the 60-cent level, put in a high that's higher than this previous high, we've officially changed market structure, then we come down to the golden pocket area. This is where we would look for our long position. Of course, we want to see market Cipher B doing something like this, where we have a nice low wave and then we have a higher wave, right? As the price is coming down lower, we basically want to see Sam Bankman-Fried's man boobs. We want to see that left man boob nice and saggy, right? Lots of gynecomastia. We want to see the wave right here coming deep, the green dot on market Cipher B. We want to see money flow getting higher, and then we want that right man boob, for some reason, didn't get as much love, right? For some reason, his body doesn't distribute fat to the right side as much as it does to the left side. We don't know why. It's the opposite with his hair. We can clearly see his body distributes hair more on the right side than on the left side. It's the opposite with the boobs, right? That's what we would want to see for a nice retest in this area. And as far as where we would put the stop loss, well, I think that stop losses are a bad tool for risk management, But no, seriously, like, it really depends on your setup, right? If you're doing a ninja entry, you could have a really tight stop loss, which potentially could get you into a really amazing setup, 36-to-1 risk reward, if we were kind of margin leverage trading this, right? So that's a crucial area, the 60K area. Now, we have to be patient, right? We have to be patient. This doesn't give us a setup now. It's giving us potential setups. We're saying if we can reclaim the 60-cent area, if we can put in a higher high on the weekly time frame, then this is confirmation of strength. We then look for the retest, which would probably be around the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement area. And when we see our confirmations on our lower time frames, that's where we would potentially get into a long trade. Okay, this is it takes patience. It might not happen, but this is one possibility. Now, what about short trades? Well, if you missed a short trade, and personally, I shorted Ripple, but then I got stopped out at my entry because I shorted Ripple here. Let's take a look. I shorted Ripple. I shorted Ripple from here, right? And then I had moved my stop loss to my entry, which got me wicked out pretty much right in my entry before another drop. Bummer, but it is what it is, and profit is profit, and that's part of the game, right? Basically, the way we have to look at this right now, locally, for Ripple, is we need to understand that we are currently trading in a sideways range, and this is the context in which we are going to be looking for our trades. So we know that we have a key support resistance flip at around 55 cents. Okay, that is a very, very key area. We know that this potentially is simply just a sideways range with a high at 54 cents and a low at around 30 cents, right? We could kind of draw out this sideways range right here. And this is the context that we would be looking at locally for Ripple to get into a trade. We want to make sure that we understand where has the most volume been traded, right? And we can kind of see that we have two potential ranges here, right? We have a range within a range. We have the upper range right here between 45 cents and 55 cents. And then we have the lower range right here between 45 cents coming all the way down to 30 cents. If we're looking at this volume profile right here, for me, the juiciest long that I would like to see is a move back down to the low of this range right down here, basically taking out these lows. Why is that? Because when we are looking at an asset, we're always looking to identify the sideways markets, and we want to do what our grandfather told us to do, buy low and sell high. And if we're looking at Ripple, we can see that objectively speaking, this blue line and below is considered low. This blue line and above is considered high. So if I'm looking for a juicy long, I would want to get a full move back down to the low of the range, take out all the liquidity that we have down here, which is quite a bit, because think about it, everybody who got long pretty much going all the way back to June, they still have their stop losses underneath these lows here. So if we take them out, we can stop a lot of people out, inject a lot of liquidity into the market for a move to the upside, right? That is one possibility right here. And that's like where I'd be looking between the 31 cent, basically 28 to 31 cents is a juicy area where I would honestly be looking for a long on Ripple. If, again, we are getting our confirmations, whatever that might be for you. And as far as shorting Ripple, let's say you believe that this was a high and this was the relief rally, okay? Well, if you didn't get into a short here, now what would we be looking for? For me, here's what I would be looking for. And I'm not in a short on Ripple, so here's what I am looking for. First of all, golden pocket from the high to the low. Second of all, I want to take a look at the volume that traded in this upper range right here. And I can see if I go ahead and turn on my golden pocket 786 area. So basically, I would be looking for a short in this zone right here. I would be looking for a short in this zone right here between 45 cents and 50 cents in that 5 cent zone. There's a lot of confluence in here. Honestly, I'd probably be looking a little bit lower, more toward the 45 cent area. But we do have to be aware that between the golden pocket and the 786, that is going to be the most crucial area of resistance. And also, we can see that we have the support resistance flip coming in right here at 45 cents, where this was support once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. And so if we're going to get a deep retracement, we would look into this zone for a rejection where we'd still be putting in a lower high, maintaining bearish market structure, but giving us enough of a retracement to get into a short to basically take it back down to the lows of this range. A potential move of about, let's take out our measurement tool, about 40%. Not so bad. Not so bad. That's what I would be looking at. So that's kind of where I'm like for Ripple, what I'm looking at for XRP and Ripple and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, yep, the value area high, golden pocket confirmation, confluence, Basam, yep, or Basem, yep, that is definitely the area I am looking for. Where would Ripple be if Bitcoin came to 3K? Well, if Bitcoin came to 3K, then Ripple would probably also go back down to the bear market low, which, if we go to the 2-week time frame, we can see that is around 10 cents, 10, 11 cents. So yeah, that's where Ripple would probably be if Bitcoin hit 3K. And again, that is the zone that we're looking to accumulate. Well, when I say we, that is accumulation zone, right? Where we're at right now and below, accumulation zone big time. That is the zone. That is the zone. So let's see here. A muted fart. Bitcoin is gaining on ETH, says Lane Hughes 1. The highway to the danger zone. What plays a bigger role in my trading, Market Cipher or Exocharts? That's a great question. I would say Market Cipher plays a bigger role. I probably enter more trades based on Market Cipher than I do Exocharts. But here's the thing. There is no perfect indicator that is going to get you into a trade. You have to have a set of confirmations that works for you, right? You have to have a set of confirmations that works for you. And for me, nothing beats good old Market Cipher divergence money flow. There are many times, and this is just me personally, I can't speak for every trader, right? There's traders in the Discord that don't use Market Cipher at all. They only use Exo. Here's the thing for me. I could start flopping and groping, looking at order flow when clearly Market Cipher says we're going up or we're going down. I have stayed in trades, and you guys, people in the VIP Discord know, I've stayed in longs that looked horrible with bearish CBD because 24-minute uneven butt cheeks and the long played out, right? So I like to use order flow for entering in a retest, but I always start, my foundation is always, what does Market Cipher B say, honestly? That's always my foundation. And I use order flow to give me extra confirmation. That's my order of operations. That's always my order of operations. That's a good question. But honestly, guys, the indicator that you use doesn't matter. The indicator you use doesn't matter. I was just talking about this yesterday with Nexus Overflow. If you're a trader, it matters not what indicator you use. What really matters is that, one, you have a strategy, period. And two, you're using good risk management, right? You have to have a strategy, period, and you have to be using good risk management. You can go on YouTube and watch people take 100 random trades. They flip a coin, long or short. They flip a coin. They go long or short. Every single trade that they take, they are basically using a 2-to-1 risk reward. So random trade at a random time, but they're making sure that they are potentially going to get 2 times more reward than risk, right? 100 trades in profit after the whole thing is said and done. How much profit? By like 0.01% or 0.03%, but they basically break even. But the point is, if you have no strategy and good risk management, you can break even. So now add anything to that that can increase your odds, and if you're using good risk management, there's a good chance that you will be profitable, right? Most of trading is psychological. I know people that just trade no indicators, just price action, and they're profitable. I know people that trade only indicators and no price action, believe it or not. Go check out the no-nonsense Forex method. He does not use price action. He says it's all BS, support and resistance. He says BS, no such thing, right? He's a Forex trader. He says support and resistance is crap because price is moved by banks who decide when to move price, and they're not looking at support and resistance. I disagree with him on that point, but he trades only using indicators, and he sticks to his strategy with good risk management, and he is a professional Forex trader, right? So if you're new, I've been getting a lot of questions lately about does Market Cipher really work, this or that. The truth is, guys, anything can work, okay? Anything can work. You have to find what works for you psychologically. You have to find what works for you, what fits into your lifestyle of how you want to trade, what time frame you want to trade on, etc. And then just get your risk management dialed down. Have a handful of strategies up your sleeve. Stick to them. That's what's going to make you profitable. There's no magic indicator. There's no magic buy or sell thing. There's no secret that's going to all of a sudden make you a winning trader. It really just comes down to having any strategy and good risk management. That's truly what I believe. That's truly what I believe. So, yeah, Lane Hughes, I don't agree with his TA being bull, but I also there's traders that say indicators are a whole bunch of bull, right? There's so like okay, so he's using the bank strategy. How can he be wrong? So there's an aspect of truth to what he says, that the banks move the price. They do. Banks make deals. They devalue their currency. They raise interest rates. They print. Banks control the price of currency. But it's undeniable that technical analysis works. It's undeniable. And so you can come at trading from a TA is BS perspective and still be a successful trader, or you could come at it from indicators are BS and TAs all and price action is all that matters. Or you could have somewhere in the middle. Doesn't matter. If you have any kind of strategy and some kind of risk management in play, you can actually do it regardless of how you're looking at it. The longer that you are a trader and the more different styles of trading you come across, the more you realize that everybody's looking at the same thing from a different perspective. And a lot of times you'll see that people come to the same conclusions for completely different reasons. People will come to the same conclusions and take the same trades for completely different reasons. And that's totally valid, right? In a way, trading is an art. It's a discipline. It's a skill. It's a lot of stuff. But yeah. Yeah, you could do Alameda style trading. You could do that too. That style might work. It might not work though, guys. It might not work. Can you pay in crypto for access to the VIP Discord? Yeah, you can. But it's a little bit different the way we do it. So, gonna have to hit up one of our moderators in Discord. So Legends Habit thinks that we take out Monday's high and catch a nice short from the golden pocket / value area high. Yeah, Legends Habit, I'm looking at that level as well for the corn. I really am. That's a nice level. It's a golden pocket. It's a value area high. And also, guys, if we take out that high, it's also a naked daily point of control. And not only that, guys, but if we take a look at the last high that we put in on the TPO chart, we can see there was no selling tail here. It's a poor high. It's just asking to get taken out, right? It's just asking for it. So, yeah, I would like that as well. Let's see if we can come up, take out these highs, and wait, this was Monday's high. Yep, yeah, I agree. So this was Monday's high up here. So I would love to take out that high, and I do think there's more chance that we come up than we come down. Although the past few days, this range has been kind of, you know, unless you've been scalping this, I have not been. I have not taken a trade since Monday. I longed Monday when we came down here. And the reason I longed it is because it was a golden pocket 786 and a daily level where I was looking for the long, right? So it was the retest. So that's why I was looking for it. Let's pop back into the chat here. CBBI, Lane Hughes. I never heard of it, man, so I'll have to check that out. I will have to check that out. Jason is a bot made in Japan. That is absolutely true. 100% true. Can I do Trader's Reality? Yeah, I can do Trader's Reality. We'll do Trader's Reality, and then I'm going to have to head out, man. I'm going to have to head out. Let's see. Hang on. If I'm going to do a Trader's Reality impersonation, I have to turn my camera off because I won't be able to do it with a straight face. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Huh. Let's see. All right, I'm going to do Trader's Reality. I'm going to do a Trader's Reality impersonation, but before I do, okay, we're going to have to start a poll. Did I do a good Tino? Question mark. This is the poll. You guys let me know. All right, let me know. I'm trying to collab with him over here. All right. All right, let's see if I can do this here. Yo, 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 mad love and respect, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, make a move. What the market maker gonna do? We got the vector candles coming to the upside. The market maker wants the retail trader to go long. Meanwhile, the market maker's building his shorts. Here we go. Here they come in. Come on. What's it gonna do? What you gonna do? Make your move right now. Come on. What's the market maker gonna do? Crap. See, I lost it halfway through. I'm not in the mood to do a good Tino today. Happy days. Gotta go pick up my daughter. Mad love and respect to you all. Yeah, I'm not on my teen. I'm not on my game today, guys, to do a good Tino impersonation here. So, but you guys let me know in the chat, okay? Let me know in the chat. I've been better. I've been better, I have to say. Shout out to Tino, by the way. Hopefully one day, Tino, we'll do a collab, man. We've been talking about it for about a year, so maybe we'll make it happen. But shout out to Robert Bonar up in the chat. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to Frankie Candles. Mini Drove, Manishma. Can I do Carl from the Moon? Well, you know what? Guys, I have a very special surprise for all of you. I have a very special surprise for all of you. Oh man, hang on, guys. I have a treat for us all, and then we'll end the stream. Okay, I have a special treat for all of us. Let me see if I can get it here. Let's see if I can get it. Oh man. Yeah, I think I can. All right. Oh yeah, I have a treat for all of you guys. Guys, I have a special treat. Shout out to Carl from the Moon, my sponsor, by the way. We have a special treat today. Make sure to buy the course. Make sure to sign up to the VIP Discord. And check this out, guys. I have a very special treat for us all.
But darling, I still catch a grenade for ya. Throw my hand on a blade for ya. I jump in front of the train for ya. You know I'd do anything for ya. Ooh, I would go through all this pain. Take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. You won't do the same. You won't do the same, yeah. You won't do the same, oh.
All right, guys. It's been a good stream. All right, y'all. I'm going to head out. God bless everybody. And by the way, Carl actually is a really good musician. So he used to have a YouTube channel. He took it down. But if you are an OG of the Jason Casper YouTube channel, you guys know. You know that I used to be in a band with Carl. You know that I've done backing vocals on his on all his tracks. Okay. But yeah, shout out to Daniel Prinsloo, by the way. Daniel Prinsloo, man. God bless you, man, in Jesus' name. Shout out to Spartan Wrestler. God bless you, bro. God bless all you guys. I'm going to head out. So, receive this blessing in Hebrew. I'm going to say it in Hebrew. I'm going to say it in English. But the purpose of this blessing is that the God, the Creator God who created everything, who created you, would place His name upon you and bless you. And it goes like this in Hebrew. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha ya'er Adonai panav elecha Vichonecha Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha V'yasem Lecha Shalom B'Shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which means in English, may the Lord bless and protect you. May He shine His light upon you. May He pour His grace upon you. May He turn His face towards you. Give you completeness in the name of Jesus the Messiah.